well as burrowing habits. Now, the examples for these is also called as Amphioxus and Asymmetron. So these are the two examples that come under this class Leptocardia. So these are the three, the subphylums which come under the protochordates. So that is, they are what? Hemichordata, Urochordata, as well as Cephalochordata. Now, cephalochordata. So these are the two. So this all comes under acraniata. So that means protochordates are generally basically called as the lower chordates. They lack the cranium. The cranium is absent. So that is why they are included under acraniata. So they are called as the the acraniates. Okay. Now this is the difference. If you see the difference between protochordates as well as the chordates, a lot of difference is actually protochordates are exclusively marine and they are small sized chordates, whereas craniata, that is urochordates, which includes higher chordates, they are aquatic or terrestrial. They are mostly large sized hybrids. Then the protochordates possess appendages, head and exoskeleton is absent, whereas here usually two pairs of appendages, they have well developed head and exoskeleton is present. Now the coelom is androcoelic in case of protochordates, whereas the coelom is schizocelic in case of the chordates. Now the coelom whereas in case of craniates, the next is notochord is persistent. Skull, cranium, and vertebral column are totally absent, whereas the notochord is covered or replaced by the vertebral column in case of chordates, and the skull and cranium are well developed. The protochordates possess pharynx with permanent gill slits or gill clefts, and endostyle is present, whereas here the pharyngeal gill slits or gill clefts persist or disappear, and endostyle is absent. Heart is present without chambers and present. Okay, then red blood corpuscles absent in the blood, and here heart is made up of 2, 3, or 4 chambers. Blood contains RBC. So that is actually the difference. Say protochordates and the euchordates. In protochordates, you don't find the red blood cells. Okay, so that is the reason why the circulatory system is closed. Whereas in case of the chordates, circulatory system is open. So closed type of circulatory system lacks RBC, whereas open system includes the RBC. So that is the difference in case of the circulatory system. And the kidneys are protonephridia totally, whereas in case of higher chordates, kidneys are meso or metanephridia. The sexes are separate or they may be united, and reproduction is asexual as well as sexual in case of protochordates. And gonoducts are usually absent, whereas sexes are separate and only sexual reproduction is present in case of higher chordates, and the gonoducts are always present. Now coming to the development. Development is indirect in case of the protochordates with a free-swimming larval stage, whereas in case of craniata, that is euchordates, development may be indirect or it may be direct without the larval stage. So this is the the major differences between the protochordates and okay. Now coming to the vertebrata. Okay, when we talk about the vertebrata, group B craniata. Now coming to group B craniata. Now craniata actually includes, just I have told you, it includes all the higher vertebrates. So for the student, whether the or vertebrata. So vertebrata doesn't have to aquatic or terrestrial organisms. They are usually large size with distinct head, vertebral column, jaws, as well as a cranium. So the cranium actually includes a single includes a single known as vertebrata. So it has one subphylum. As just now we have seen the big data, which in phylums, subphylums. Cephalochordata, hemichordata, cephalochordata, and theochordata. Includes only one phylum, that is vertebrata. Now here the notochord is supplemented or replaced by vertebral column. Vertebrata. The basic characteristic of vertebrata is the presence of vertebral column or backbone. It comprising of uh, trunk as well as the tail. Usually they are dioecious and dioecious. And vertebrata actually is the largest chordate phylum, which includes about 4,000 species. When you compare the vertebrata with that of the vertebrata is basically as well as the Gathostomata. Now, Gathostomata, the difference between these two is coming to Gathostomata, two divisions. In Eknatha, two that of jaws are there. In Eknath, you don't find any jaws, whereas in case of A has the last Gathostomata. A means absent. That means here two jaws are absent, whereas in Gathostomata you have got the second case of Egnatha, whereas in case of eight appendages are present. Then internal with semicircular canals are present, whereas in internal ear is present with three semicircular canals. And the last notochord is present in the in Dathostomata, the notochord persists or it may be replaced by a vertebrate. So these are four major differences that compare it with the Agnatha to that of the Gnathostomata. So this actually comes under subphylum, that is vertebrata, which includes individual and Gnathostomata. Now, of Agnatha, just we have seen that it includes what? It includes different classes. Basically, two classes are present in case of the Agnatha. One is called Osteoderm and another one is Cyclostomata. Agnatha, why means not. Gnathas means jaw. That's what we have seen. So they are jawless fish-like vertebrates. Now it includes two subclasses. Two classes. One is Osteodermy and the other one is Osteodermy and derma means skin. So it includes several extinct orders of ancient primitive. They are heavily armored Paleozoic. They arise in the Paleozoic and they are the world's first vertebrates, and hence they are collectively called as osteoderms. Examples include Cephalaris, then you have as well as Chilidas. So these are the four different examples which come under osteodermy. Then second class is what? Cyclostomata. Cyclos means circular and stoma means mouth. Here the presence of circular mouth is there. The body is long, spherical, the skin is smooth, without scales, the jaws as well as lateral fins are absent. Then your mouth is rounded and suctorial. The gills are 5 to 16 pairs of gills actually are present. Heart is two-chambered and they are mostly parasites and lead a scavenger's life. And it includes about 50 species. Examples are that is also called petromyzon, and is lampreys and hagfishes, whereas lamprey is called as petromyzon and hagfish is called as mixi. Now the second division, first division is Agnatha, second division is Gnathostomata. Means so they are vertebrates having two jaws and paired limbs. So it includes again two classes. One is called Pisces and another one is called tetrapods. All the fishes as well as fish-like aquatic gnathostomes are included in the superclass Pisces, whereas all the four animals gnathostomes are included in the superclass tetrapoda. So these are the two so superclasses which are included under the Gnathostomata. The differences between Pisces and tetrapoda, if you see, Pisces are the tetrapods actually may be aquatic or they may be terrestrial, and some are also arboreal as well as aerial. Here you have paired limbs if present and presence of fins are there. Here as the limbs are present. Median fins as median the skin is usually moist as well as scaly. That usually dry, but not cornified. That means without scales. And especially usually by means of scales, whereas in case of tetrapods, respiration is aerial and it occurs by the lungs. And in case of Pisces, the sense organs are functional in water, whereas in case of tetrapods, sense organs actually are functional in air. So this is about the difference between the Pisces as well as the tetrapod. The next is we'll see the superclass Pisces and what are the classes that comes under super Pisces. Superclass Pisces. Pisces means fish. So fishes includes classes that is placodermy, chondrichthyes as well as ostichthyes. Now placodermy includes extinct or shield, head shield. They are generally called placoderms and they have full size functional arch is present. Examples Climatius as well as so two examples which are under placodermy. Now coming to the class 2, that is chondrichthyes. Greek chondros means cartilage, theos means fish. So they are actually chondrichthyes cartilaginous fish. Now they are mostly marine. They possess cartilaginous endoskeleton. The skin is present with minute placoid scales. Gill slits not covered with operculum. Mouth is present and two ventral. Males are present with claspers and they are generally called as cartilaginous fishes. and it includes 600 species. Now, the best examples are Scoliodon, that is dogfish, and Chimera, which is called as the ratfish. So this is about the class 2. Now coming to the class 3, that is osteichthyes. Now osteichthyes, osteon means bone, ichthyos means fish. So that is why osteichthyes actually are called as bony fishes. So they are freshwater and marine, the bony endoskeleton. So since they consist of bony endoskeleton, they are called as bony fishes. The skin having various types of scales, maybe cycloid or tinoid other than placoid. The gill scales are covered with operculum. Males are present without claspers, and they are bony fishes. And it includes about 20,000 species. Examples you can take labio, commonly called rohu, protopterus, that is lungfish, hippocampus, that is called as seahorse. So this is about the superclass Pisces. Now coming to the superclass 2, that is tetrapoda. Tetra means 4. It has got podos means foot. That means it is a 4-footed animals. So they are all land vertebrates with the 2 pairs of pterodactyl limbs, cornified skin with lungs. Now it includes different classes like amphibia, reptilia, apes, and mammals. 4 different classes. So amphibians are both. That means they are present both on the land as well as in water. So that is why they are called as amphibious animals. Here, the larval stage is usually aquatic and breathed by gills. Adults are typically terrestrial, and it respires by lungs. They are living forms with moist glandular skin, no external scales. Typically, 2 pairs of limbs are present. Nostrils connect the mouth cavity. Heart is 3-chambered, and they are generally called amphibians. And about 25,000 species, 2,500 species of this particular, amphibians are known, and examples for this are rana, generally called frog, buffalo, toad, and apistoma are present. Then class 2 includes reptilia. They are terrestrial as well as aquatic tetrapods. The skin is dry, covered by ectoderm, horny scales, or by stutes. Limbs are 4, each present with 5 clawed toes. Skeleton is bony. Heart is incompletely 4-chambered. And they are cold-blooded. Respiration occurs by means of lungs, and it includes about 7,000 species. Next, you have examples for these. Best examples are Hemidactylus, that is ball lizard, Uromastix, that is spiny-tailed lizard, then Naja, cobra, Sphenodon, that is Tortura, as well as crocodiles. So it includes both the lizards, okay, as well as the snakes. The next is class 3 aves. Now aves are nothing but the birds. Here the body is covered with feathers. Forelimbs are molting feathers, usually adapted for the mechanism. And limbs are used for walking, that especially hind limbs are used for walking, marching, or swimming. And no teeth in the beak. Teeth are totally absent. Heart is 4-chambered, and the lungs are very compact with 8 sacs. They are warm-blooded birds, and about 9,000 species of the birds are known. Examples are, you have Stutio, Columbia, that is pigeon, gallus, fowl. And the last one, that is class 4, which is called as Mammalia. Now, here, the presence of breast. Mamma means breast. So, the mammalians are nothing but, they are mammalians are the organisms having the breast. So, the body is usually covered with hair, and the skin is present with various glands. Female is present with mammary glands, which secrete the milk for sucking the babies. Heart is 4-chambered. They are also warm-blooded like and breathing vertebrates. And they are generally called as mammals. And about 400 species of mammals have been identified so far. Best examples are Echidna, that is spiny anteater, Macropus, that is kangaroo, as well as the rat, as also it includes man, that is Homo sapiens. So this is all about the characters of, as well as the classification of the vertebrata as well vertebrate. Okay. So with this today, now we will close the class. Next class we will discuss about the different the protochordates and the examples that fall under the protochordates. So briefly, you all know that what are actually protochordates. Protochordates are nothing but they are the acraniates, that is they lack the cranium, so that is why they are called as acraniates. They don't possess the cranium, and they all include the lower vertebrates. So, generally speaking, if you see chordates, they are classified into two. Okay, one is called acraniata and the other one is called as craniata. Acraniata includes all lower vertebrates, all lower vertebrates. Now, in this, you have got three different types. Okay, protochordates, they are generally called protochordates. It includes hemichordata, urochordata, and cephalochordata. Whereas, if you see the chordata, that is vertebrata, which poses the vertebral column and all those things. So it includes what? You can say fishes, amphibians, reptiles, cavemen, mammals. So this is a general, what is a brief discussion about the general characters as well as the classification of the chordates. So with this, today we will finish the class. Next class, we will continue with the other chapter.